How's it going, everybody? I'm here once again for another episode of I Played a Thing, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. And joining us today will be Infantry Salad. I thought the infantry set might be suitable for today because of the lovely quilted jacket, which should be nice and cozy in the wintry climes of Elaean Lois. And we do have a couple of things to get through before we head back into the action. The first of which is the pile of souls burning a hole in my pocket, and you know what that means? That means levels.
Bearer up until...
Well, I appreciate that, Harold, but right now I just want a few more stat points. I think we will drop one into Vigor for a nice HP boost. And some more adaptability would be nice. Get the agility up for the best dodge roll we can have. And that will be that, I think. Also, in all the other stuff we picked up last time, I forgot all about the Ring of the Embedded. The Embedded, you may recall, was that kinky gentleman who lived at the top of Drangleic Castle. We unlocked his face with a keyblade. Well, the ring appears to be a piece of his chains, and you gain surprises but take increased damage. A ring crafted from the chains of the Embedded, indeed. Receive various benefits, but at the cost of increased damage taken. The chains of the Embedded have the power to transform people into slaves of pleasure, setting them on a path to ruin. This ring augments that peculiar quality. Well, it's not as much fun as the description makes it sound. In practice, what it does is it causes you to take about an extra 8% damage, but you get vigor, endurance, and vitality boosts. And the lower the stat, the more that you get from the ring. So it's inversely proportional to how many points you already have in those stats, how much of a benefit you get from the Ring of the Embedded. While we're in the neighborhood here, I think I may pick up a few more life gems, because I was getting kind of low.
You?
Me again. Kehehe. Another 33 ought to keep us in business for a little while.
Thank you kindly.
Now then, before we resume our travels, I'd just like to mention briefly that on Boss Goji's channel, we do have a little LP going of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, the arcade game. So if you'd like to check that out, just head over to the Boss Goji YouTube channel. But back here on the Unplayed a Thing channel, we are going to make a quick detour to the Shaded Woods. Why the Shaded Woods, you might ask? Well, last time, you may recall, we picked up the Eye of the Priestess, which makes the invisible visible, and is going to allow us to see the King's Pet Ava when we have our rematch. And it also lets you see the ladder that we climbed up that was invisible. But there's one other thing that we can see that normally isn't very visible to you. Right here in this foggy neighborhood, we had those translucent gentlemen who were normally very difficult to see. Well, now we can see them just fine and even log on to them. All thanks to the Eye of the Priestess. Now I just have to find my way back out. So you can't sneak up on me as well as you used to. Kinda sucks, don't it? Alright, if I just get to the wall here and follow it to the... Yeah, there we go. Anyway, you will... By the time you get the Eye of the Priestess, you're pretty sure to be very well finished with the foggy forest there, but I just thought it was really kinda cool that the developers accounted for that little detail. Anyway, we've put this off long enough. I think it's about time that we headed back and had a little rematch with the King's Pet. Oh, and hey, we've got some Sunbros. You've got Amelia, wearing the crown of the Iron King, and we've got Char of Volgan. Oh, Char, I like your shirt, so we're gonna bring you along. We would also have the option here. Oh, no, that's a player too. I thought there was an NPC summon around here somewhere. Oh, never mind. Come, Char, we've got a pet to bring down. I should note, by the way, that going into this fight, you should be prepared to have to swap weapons at some point through, whether it be equipping another one or just use a backup in your other hand or whatever. Here's Ellie again. Because Ava, just like Sin, the slumbering dragon, is very rough on your weapons. Whatever you're hitting it with, your durability's gonna go down pretty damn quick. Just something to be conscious of.
This dead city has nothing to offer. Go back. Do not seek the old chaos, nor its twisted flame.
You're not the boss of me. Anyway, at long last we can finally see Ava the King's pet. That looks to be some sort of Arctic Smiley-Don. Big ol' saber-toothed cat. And as you can see, it can attack you with a bit of magic, rather resembling the homing soul mass. Actually, it looks kind of like the homing crystal soul mass. And Ava's got all kinds of nasty pounces, and up close, some rather wide-ranging paw swings, which it can combo one and the other. So yeah, even once Ava is no longer invisible, oh, when it roars like that, that's an AoE coming. Oh, and that's a grab! I'm possibly going to die. Nope, not quite. Yeah, when Ava pounces at you, oops, wanted my Estus there. When Ava pounces at you mouth first, it's gonna be a grab. Oh boy. Oh, thank you so much for the distraction there, Char. Not this time. So yeah, even once you can actually see Ava and not get reamed by something completely invisible to you, this fight is not a pushover. As you can see, we're making pretty good progress, but it can be tough. She is not an easy nut to crack all the time. Oh! Especially since she can wheel around on you that quickly. Or gear up another pounce that quickly. She does seem to want a piece of Char pretty bad, though, which is helpful. She likes to run off and gear up for other pounces from time to time. Or renew her magic. There's one other thing that we have not seen, that I wonder if we're going to see it before this fight is over. She can roar and cause spikes of ice to come out of the ground. Well, she doesn't seem real keen on using that attack on me right now for whatever reason. And is almost out of health. Yep, we're not going to see that one right now. We get our traditional boss soul. And we show our traditional appreciation for a very helpful NPC. Or not NPC, that was a real person. That was a summon. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you an NPC there. So yeah, Ava the King's pet, big old Arctic Smiley-Don. Can't be cheap to feed, and the vet bills must have been hell. Well then, let's take a look at the soul we just picked up. Soul of Ava, who served the Ivory King. Each of the Ivory King's 7 beasts was conferred a specific duty. Ava was the guardianship of the king's beloved child of dark. So, yep, it's about what we expected, but that's confirmation that the Ivory King, just like the others, had a child of dark associated with him, and In this case, unlike Nadalia, they had met, and he was very fond of her, apparently. Just as turned out to be the case with King Vendrick and Nishandra. Me too, message. Yeah, this I think is another shortcut we can eventually gain access to, but no benefit to us now. What is beneficial to us at the moment is that we can go check out this grand cathedral structure that we've been denied. Now that the King's Pet is out of the way, we can investigate to our heart's content. With my summoned help, we actually made pretty short work of Ava. I noticed that my weapon is only at about half durability. Usually I end up having to change weapons during that fight. Well, not this time, and that's okay by me. Now we will go ahead and spark. Now I'm gonna go ahead and burn off an effigy, because we've got a character to talk to coming up. And I believe while you're in this conversation you can be invaded, and I do not want to be interrupted because it's a fairly important chat we have coming up. I just want to make sure we keep ourselves warded. Looks like we've got another frozen chest here. Something that we'll have to come back to once the weather conditions are a little better around here. Well, that's hardly the first of them. Well, what have we here? Looks like there's someone up there, giving off a strange wintry aura. And to the right and left, we have the stairways up that way blocked off by tendrils of ice, much like we saw at the entrance to Aleum Lois. Well, even though we're a fair ways off, looks like we can have a talk with the person who's hiding up that way.
To think Ava could be bested. Who are you?
I'm Salad. Nice to meet you.
This land is barren, cursed by the old chaos. It gave birth to atrocities, and the people fled in fear. Until our Lord, the Ivory King, came. My dear Lord, a most true king. It was with his magnificent soul that he built Aleum Lois and contained the spread of chaos. But the chaos would not be sated, and the king gave his own soul.
So we're starting to learn what happened here. Aleum Lois was founded by the Ivory King in order to contain the spread of the old chaos. Now, we really don't ever get a proper confirmation in-game of what the old chaos is, but my suspicion, which we should get some additional evidence for later, is that it is the remnants of the chaos that was unleashed by the Witch of Izalith in her attempt to recreate the First Flame. So, basically the remnants of what gave birth to Lost Izalith.
Inevitably, the king was drained of vigor and plunged into the chaos's heart. Aleum Lois was frozen in time, its leader lost. I remain here to contain the chaos, honoring my lord's wishes. Perhaps one day he will return save that accursed flame.
Well, friends, meet Alsana. She has not given us her name yet, and I'm not certain that she ever actually does. Can't remember if she ever actually says it, honestly. But Alsana is the last of our Children of Dark, and she's actually genuinely cool. She doesn't want any shit from anybody, doesn't want to give anybody any shit. She just genuinely loved the Ivory King and wants to continue his work in keeping the chaos from spreading. Because eventually the king's soul was completely drained, and it looks like she's the only one left behind to keep the chaos contained. That is admirable dedication, I have to say.
I have but one wish. That my dear Lord might be free from that unspeakable chaos. I haven't the strength to help him myself, but perhaps one such as you. Though I am yet to know your name, stranger, will you lend me your strength?
Well, from the sound of things, the Ivory King wasn't completely destroyed, but he is now imprisoned by the old chaos. And Alsana wants him broken out. Well, she's been straight up with us. I think that sort of behavior should be respected, so let's do this.
Kind visitor, I thank you. Let me open the path to chaos. And please, do all you can.
Alsana's seal is undone, and the winds of Aleum Lois have ceased.
Many of Aleum Lois's faithful knights followed their lord into the chaos. But not one of them returned. The king's dutiful subjects waited patiently for his homecoming. But it was too long a wait to bear. The knights of Aleum Lois await a new leader. One who will guide them into chaos.
Alright, we got a bunch more new information there. First being that the seal created by Alsana has been broken, and the winds have stopped. We actually did get her name there, although she didn't give it to us herself. But, well, there, at least you know I'm not making this shit up. And we've also learned that there are knights from Aleum Lois still hanging around, waiting for someone to lead them into the chaos, to try and help out their king, because, well, they've just waited too long.
Many of Aleum, but not one, the king, but it, the knight, one who...
And it looks like that's all we're going to get out of Alsana for now. We'll be getting more backstory and such from her eventually, but for the time being, Isashi destroyed the ice barrier leading this way. This actually leads straight into the old chaos. We have, at this point, actually done everything we need to do in order to complete the main path of Crown of the Ivory King, the third DLC. But there is much that we can do before we finish things up here, and doing so will make it much easier for us in the final battle in the Old Chaos. You see, right here, we have 4 chairs of honor, one of which is occupied by a Lois Knight. So you get one of them for free. But you can have up to 4 Lois Knights accompany you into the chaos, and we are going to get all 4. My recommendation would be to go in with at least 3, for reasons you'll see when the time comes. The 4th is gravy, but hey, this is a really big spectacular set piece that we'll be doing when the time arrives, and I want to do it in as much style as possible, so we're going to roll in with 4 Lois Knights, and we'll roll in with as many summons as we can bring along, too. So, you hang in there, little buddy. We'll be back with your friends. Now that Alsana has quieted the winds, bringing the extra chill to Aleum Lois, we've now had various paths open to us because they have been defrosted. And you get a little hint of that right here, because this chest is now available. Which is a nice way for the developers to tell you that various other things have been defrosted as well. And for starters, we get the Vessel Shield. There we are. Shield depicting a priestess of Aleum Lois. Emanates a certain heat that heightens the abilities of its bearer. The priestesses, who devoted themselves to appeasing the ancient flame, are no longer. So it looks like we had some priestesses that were also helping with the chaos and keeping that contained, but, well, their time has passed as well, much like their king. Kind of a bummer. Oh, Ava. I'm sorry, kitty. Well, it is a damn shame that we had to put faithful Ava down, but at least perhaps we can make some use out of her soul. So I think we're gonna make that stop before we... Well, you know what? No. That would just eat up more time, and we're gonna have more boss souls to play with eventually, so I'm just gonna keep Ava's soul in my inventory. And we'll go ahead and start doing our search for the knights. But before we do, I'm going to take just a moment to cancel my human effigy here. That may mean we get invaded, but so be it. Was this a person? Yes, it's an anime lover. Huh. I really thought there was an NPC summon out here on the bridge that you could take to Ava. Well, it may be that I'm not fulfilling the correct conditions, and it may be that I am remembering incorrectly, because that does tend to happen a lot. So anyway, we are now able to start finding those other knights to accompany us into the chaos. They are seeking a leader, and I would hate to disappoint. So now, the hugeness of Frozen Aleum Lois has become open to us. And I am bound to get at least a little bit lost, but I'm going to try and keep that as minimal as I can. And to that end, I am breaking out my notes. You will also notice that it is not all blizzardy around here anymore. That means we have better visibility, but on the downside it does mean that we don't have the cool blizzard effect going on. Oh well. May not be as visually interesting, but at least it's practical. Enough out of you, young man. So our first order of business is going to be to find our way back to that spot. Back to that spot that had a trio of frozen chests. Oh, you came up early. Jerk. I think at this point I can make better use out of the life protection than out of the steel protection. As I was saying, not only do I want to loot those chests, of course, but that will be a beneficial direction to go to get us on the path to our first Knigget. And oh yes, I did move this elevator out of the way earlier. You may recall the lever here was broken, but we were able to get on the other side of it. And there's treasure, Philip. I was thinking that was a shortcut, but no, it's just a chest. But it is a chest that gives us Soul Flash. One of the ancient sorceries that were lost when Aleum Lois froze over. Rapidly fire a barrage of small souls, intended to protect its caster more than damage enemies. Well, that's not a hugely demanding sorcery. I mean, 28 intelligence is not trivial, but it's manageable. Oh, maybe this is a shortcut as well, because there's a ladder going up. Anyway, I'm fairly certain that's not a direction I need to worry about right now. So let's keep going this way. Also, you may recall that when I picked up the Eye of the Priestess, that meant that all of these retainers went active. Yeah, she's not doing anything now, but if I try and walk by, she's gonna get up all in my shit, try and backstab me. So we're gonna head off that little possibility. Also, the retainers can have some interesting drops, so hopefully, now that we're actually killing them, the random number gods will be generous. But nothing we can count on, of course. Oh, you are a dreamy floating message, yes you are. And you're a dog, yes you are. Oh my goodness. Having a little dog trouble here. That's better. One thing I do have to beg your pardon for, folks, is that this part is indeed a little backtracky, because we have to revisit a lot of places that we initially explored, now that they are no longer frozen over. But in the end, there will be new things to see. Hopefully you will find it worth your while. And it will be fun to roll in deep with a big entourage when we finally are ready to take on the chaos. Now you may recall that these spots to the left and right were blocked off with ice boulders before. Now they're not. And on this side there's nothing but a retainer, who we will get out of the way in the traditional fashion. But on this side, some balm, a dried root, and the retainer staff. Staff wielded by the retainers in the cathedral city. Long ago, the retainers attended to the priestesses, but with them gone, the retainers were left to wander frigid Aleum Lois without purpose. Now, most of the retainers, if memory serves, just have an icicle-shaped dagger that they will try and backstab you when you're not looking. But some of them are casters, so something to be conscious of. Now, this you will no doubt recall. This is that big open courtyard where previously we had some ice structures giving us cover from the frozen soldiers out here. But one downside of Alsana ceasing the winds is that, well, now the cover is gone. We are going to be much more exposed than we would like when we venture out here. But we'll just have to deal with it. Also, retainer. Don't want to forget about her. And we got her robe, isn't that nice? Matter of fact, let's take a quick look at that before the ice guys get activated on us. Robe of the Retainers in the Cathedral City. Okay, pretty much the same flavor text. And just for a little factoid, the retainer robe is what I believe our former NPC assistant, oh, what's her name? Oh, Devotee Scarlet. I think that's what Scarlet wore. This is going to be a little tricky here because we can't really take cover from the projectiles. So we will just have to deal with these guys quickly if we can and not get completely swarmed by ice lasers and shit. And try not to die. Not dying would be a good start. And it's a good start that I'm not going to have going for me. Right. New ring. Back on the field. And I will rejoin you in just a moment when I make up my lost progress. See you in a bit. Oh, looks like while I was headed back to where I left off, I've been invaded by the dark spirit Yennefer. That is not an NPC, I do have an honest-to-goodness invader on my tail. So I'm not going to try and advance too much until I find out what her deal is, where she's coming from. Come along, Yennefer. Let's not drag this out. There she is! Polite one, I like that. Gonna break out the dark enchantment. Ugh. It's got the ninjutsu. And got the skills. I forgive you, Yennefer. Didn't lay a finger on you, but it was a nice straight-up fight, and I can't complain about that. That does, however, mean that my rings is broke, so it's time to head on back to dear old Majula. I'll get those fixed and cash in my souls, and then we'll give this whole thing another try. Should be enough for a level remaining.
Bearer.
Let's see, if we go adaptability, do we get any more agility? Nope, not at this time. So, what's it gonna be? I'll get some more HP. Let's see, I've got 20k, I need 32 for my next level. What kind of consumable do I have here? Great hero.
Bear until.
And we'll go ahead and put that toward the next agility bump. Alright folks, with that I am going to get back to the business of finding those 3 chests in Frozen Oleum Lois. And as per before, I will rejoin you when I am well on my way. Okay, no further invasions, and back to the courtyard we go. You know what occurs to me? It would probably be a good idea to try and pull these guys. Well, I pulled 2 of them, which isn't a perfect situation, but better than aggroing everybody. about you? Can I bring you up here? I can. Or are you just gonna stand back there and shoot at me all day? You're gonna stand there and shoot at me. Oops. And I'm gonna let you. Ah, there he comes. Much better. We've got another retainer hiding over here by the fountain. Not for long. And now we've got our old buddy the Hedgehog Man. Oh, come on. Come out from under the bridge and let's fight already. Alright, fine. If you don't want it, then we won't. Now then, I see you chilling over there, and no need to run into things and fight on your terms. Oh! Didn't notice your buddy, though. Ah, damn it. Need to get myself a little healing. Gotta be a little more careful with the headshot guys, because they do have that poise bump that means you usually can't stagger them with your first hit. Subsequent hits, on the other hand, work a lot better. Now then, I am not entirely sure of where I'm going at this point. I know I need... Oh, you, I remember you. I like to shoot you. Take advantage of that nice poison vulnerability you guys have. And as I started to say there, at this point I am not entirely sure of my pathing up to the point of the 3 chests, but I'm sure we'll find them without too much of a headache. As long as we are careful and reasonable in our wanderings. Oh, but first, over there. Over there on the way to the broken bridge, I see this, which looks like it was blocked off before. Oh, right, the frozen elevator. Okay, I think I remember this. Let me check my notes here. Yeah, okay. I think I'll be attending to that in just a bit, but I want to find those chests first. Now, that elevator was previously frozen off, now it is not. And anything that was previously blocked off to us and no longer is a very tempting target for further exploration. And up here, I think might be around where those chests is at. Okay, that's the indoor spot. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if this is where I need to be right at this moment. We'll take care of these guys first anyway. Come on. Yeah, that's right, I'm over here. Whoa, how'd that get through my shield? Oh, because I have my staff in my hand. That would do it. You can get tripped up by the silliest things sometimes. Oh, like that guy. Well, we're gonna get the Doge out of the way first. Then we'll get you out of the way. Now then. Is that where I need to be, or are the chests somewhere else around here? This is the sort of thing I probably should have added to my notes. Shoulda, but didn't I? Well, just hang in there, I'll find them. Well, this is clearly not the right way. Yeah, I guess I need to go through the house. Fair enough. Oh, hi. And a surprise retainer there. Oh, come on. How did that do so little damage? If you're just gonna stand there like a lemon waiting for me to hit you, I'll oblige you. No drops, no drops. Yeah, this looks like the place to be. Hey there, Golem. You gonna give me an easy backstab? You sure are. And now we have a lovely trio. Trio, what wonders have you for me? A soul vessel? That's cool. A sorcerer's twin blade? That's very cool. And some divine blessings. Also very cool. Well, we'll take a quick look at that twin blade. Twin blades, where you at? Ah, here we are. A twin blade originating in Melphia. Doubles as a catalyst for sorcery. A rare weapon used by very few warriors, owing to its dependence on honed skills with both staff and sword. So, yep, another of those melee weapons that doubles as a casting tool. Not really my thing most of the time, but perhaps it's yours. Now I believe if we drop down here, we'll take a little bit of damage, but we will be in a good position. Oh, hi there. As I was saying, we'll be in a good position to go back to that frozen elevator. And that is indeed going to be our next path of exploration. Now let's see, checking my notes again here. Oh yes. At the bottom of this elevator it appears we're going to start encountering a new enemy. The hedgehogs of Ilium Lois. In this case I don't mean the guys with the hedgehog structure on their backs, I mean actual hedgehogs. And they're quite nasty. They're kind of the bone wheels of Dark Souls 2. Well, Dark Souls 2 does have a few bone wheels during the fight with the Skeleton Kings, but these are the non-boss fight bone wheel replacements. They are pointy as you would expect of hedgehogs. They can roll at you Sonic style. But they have some other issues. They can pounce at you. They have a backwards pounce if you get behind them. And perhaps most annoyingly, they hurt just a touch. They are so pointy that any contact you make with them that is not by your weapon or shield will cause you damage. Very nasty enemies, and it wouldn't terribly shock me to take a death here. But I will be careful as I can. Despair ahead, but try poison gas? I suppose that would be effective. Now the real fight begins, also true. And, oh, it looks like I got their attention. Didn't mean to aggro them quite so early. Oh, but are they unwilling to come in the elevator room? Oh, nice. That means I could be cheap here. Perhaps. Well, that's one down painlessly, at least. Come over here, little hedgehog. Come over here, little needle mouse. Yes, I am being cheap, but I will have future opportunities to take these guys on straight up. Believe you me, I will. Come on, little needle mouse. Get where I can shoot you. Oh, he's rolling. You can see they are not quite as fast as bone wheels, but that can be a little consolation when you have multiples of them bearing down on you. Range battle is a very good idea here, but we will not always have that luxury dealing with these guys. Couple of consumables for our amusement. Alright then. This way, where those pillars are, we're gonna have our advancement. This elevator, this I think is a shortcut. Oh, I'm an idiot, that's where I just stepped out of. Yes, folks, my sense of direction is really that bad. Now, up ahead, according to my notes, we're going to have more hedgehogs among the pillars. And we're also going to have an NPC invader. So I will definitely be proceeding with a great deal of delicacy here. I think we might be able to pull some of the hedgehogs with some careful arrowing, so if I can do it, I want to do it. Can I hit you? Oh, very close. Let's try inching just a bit over. Well, looks like we're getting a little invisible wall action there. It happens. About from here. Yes. Come on, little needle mouse. That is one good thing about them. Just like the bone wheels that they take after so closely, they die quite easily. Although they are very short, which means it can be tough to hit them at all sometimes. Maybe I can kill this guy before he can even get to me. He's trying to... He's trying to... Oh, better pull out the shield. Oh, and yeah, as you can see there, they also cause bleed, because of course they do. You got any more little hedgehog dudes here? Can't remember if there are two or more than two. Well, we'll find out the hard way. In any case, I'm quite certain we'll end up pulling that NPC invader sooner or later. Dark spirit ahead, yes, I know. Okay, no more hedgehogs, that's a plus. Well, where's our NPC? There he is. Hexer Nikolai. Shows up on the bridge there, and he'll be making his way down to us soon enough. He likes to potshot at you from a distance, so I'm going to take cover and make him come to me. And though, as his name implies, he does have hexes, he also is pretty handy with the lightning miracles, as you can see. But I am handy with the big flaming sword, so who's going to come out ahead? The answer is me. Well, I guess I never really noticed that, the way the snow kind of builds up on your clothes if you roll around in it. That's kind of neat. Anyway, we did have a new type of enemy up there on the battlement. He just fell off, of course. Don't remember what to call them, but they're just sort of tree-looking, or frozen tree, icicle-looking dudes that just throw sorcery at you. So we'll chop one of those down in fairly short order. We're going to have to go over that way. Check my notes again. Okay, we're going to have a big gate ahead, and we're going to have to go up on the wall. Oh, got a hedgehog, though. Want to make sure we leave none of those alive. Suffer not the needle mouse to live. Oh, is that the same one, or is that a different one? It's a different one. So let's kill him. What are you doing, dude? Not even sure what kind of thing he was casting there. But I don't intend to give him the opportunity, so it doesn't matter. Also, more hedgehog. Ooh, that looked like a crystal soul spear. That's not to be trifled with. Well, maybe not crystal, and maybe a regular soul spear. Either way, I don't want to get hit with it. Gah! Okay, I think that's a regular soul spear, otherwise it would have hurt more. Anyway, we're gonna get the hedgehog dealt with first of all, and wow, I'm really snow-covered. And I don't care if you pounce or roll, but I want you to do it so I can take my revenge. Took a little damage from touching him there. Well, you can see how that works. The tree wizard, I've had about enough of you. Did I just see a shot come from above? Is there another dude here? Oh yeah, way up on the battlement there. This guy seems to have weaker magic than his buddies. I'll take a hit or two if I have to. I just want him out of the way. And he's poisoned now, so that should that should happen in very short order. Very good. I think it's time to put some life protection back on. Looks like we're starting to approach the hour mark, but I do have a few bits to edit out. And I do want to at least get one... Oh, hi there! Caught me napping. Oh, you too. Can't be so careless when there's hedgehogs about. Anyway, as I was saying, I would like to pick up at least one of the Lois Knigget's before we call it a day, so I'm just going to keep on keeping on until we have at least one new recruit. So yes, gate is up ahead, and we're going to have a friend. Now imagine big bunny quotes around friend. We have to pull a lever to activate this gate, but we don't want to do that quite yet. Let me just explore around here a little bit before we proceed onward. Make sure there's nothing over this way that I especially care about. Don't believe there is, but maybe there's another winter guy, another winter wizard floating around. No, I think we've cleaned things out more or less. Still, I will be thorough and see if there's anything of value over in the corner here. Well, this looks like it's some kind of whole different area. There's a treasure here, though, so before I backtrack, I'll go ahead and grab that. What's in here? Oh, a bonfire. Alright, I'll take that. Alright, bear with me while I note check again real quick like. Okay. Bonfire in the building. Another building has our friend. Okay. I notice my smelter sword is in rather dire straits, so I'm going to swap that out while I'm in here. Very good. Let's go collect that other treasure that I saw over this way, and we'll meet our so-called friend. Oh, not in here. Thank you so much for that. Right, this is the building that doesn't have the bonfire in it. And there is indeed a miscreant ahead. Hi! See, he has that nice glow about him that indicates a summoned friend. But we can lock onto him. And you notice he has no name appearing. And that loadout. That loadout probably looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Yep, it's that giant butthole, Maldron the Assassin. This time he's being very tricky and rather more assassin-like by posing as a friendly phantom. But no. And the reason I didn't want to open that big gate yet is because if we open it, that gives him an escape route. As it is, he'll fight normally for a while if we attack him, as I'm going to, and then he will run away from time to time and pick up the fight again in a new location. But one place he likes to run is through that big gate if you've opened it up, and we don't want to follow him there for reasons you will see later. He'll try to roll away when you hit him, but in the end, he'll bolt. Because you're an enemy, Maldron. We know you're an enemy. Don't want to lose him. It's around the corner here. Yeah, he likes to heal up if you leave him alone for too long, so that's one reason you don't want to let him get away from you. Oh, that poise, though. Got my drink off, that's the important thing. Oh, he got his guard break off, but fortunately he's a little too careful to capitalize. Okay, Maldron in fairly poor condition. Let's chase him down again. Got one in his back. And we'll have to hunt him down one more time before he heals up too much. Got a little bit of a drank off, but he's still fairly hurt. Ugh. Oh! Full marks to you, Maldron. He earned that one fair and square. Alright, while I'm in here... Oh yeah, I can't actually go up this way. Alright then. Fair enough. Let's go back and try and have our revenge on Mr. Assassin there. Unfortunately... Oh yeah, we've got hedgehogs active again. I'll have to be very careful. Matter of fact, let's cut here again and I will resume... Well, no, actually, I don't need to do that, come to think of it, because we don't have to go back to ground level. So screw the hedgehogs, I'm staying upstairs where they can't come. I will have to cut the wintry wizards down again, but I don't have a problem with that. Ugh. Hey, jerk. Oh yeah, you're the battlement guy, I forgot about you. Now, I forget whether this incarnation of Maldron actually tries to do his friendship trick on you again. I don't think I've ever actually gotten killed by him. But you know, I can put my smelter sword back on, and I think I will. Let's see if he tries to make nice with me again. Oh, yeah, he will. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you while you're gesturing. How do you like that? No drinking on the job. Oh, he's going where there be hedgehogs. That ain't good. Shit. Die, die, die. Die, 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 die. Alright, that was a very high-risk situation, but it worked out. That's the important thing. Didn't know there were any hedgehogs on the upper level here. That caught me a little by surprise. Well, the important thing is, we lived. And it was exciting. We like excitement. So then I believe what we need to do, in order to proceed onward, is go up where we met Maldron, and somewhere around here will be the lever to open up that big old gate. Do I remember this correctly? I hope I do. Nothing over here. A lot of bloodstains. Maybe that's another Maldron spot. Oh yeah, I think if you have Maldron follow you up here while he's still in friendly mode, he will in fact stab you when you go to pull the lever. So, good advice messages. And that is one of the reasons I prefer to save the gate opening until Maldron is dead. The other being, if he runs through the gate here, there will be a major threat to contend with at the same time you are dealing with an NPC invader, and that's never good times. See if I can snipe the needle mouse from here. Sure can. Maybe his buddy, too. This is definitely a preferable way of dealing with these things when you can. Down we go, no hedgehogs immediately threatening. Very good. And yes, not a proper boss ahead, but we do have a degraded boss up ahead. Not quite yet, it looks like, but soon enough. Don't remember this part in perfect detail. But yeah, if you've opened the gate and you give Maldron an opportunity, he does like to run down this way, through the gate. And that's why I advise against doing that. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Oh, we can start looting until the fun starts. There it is! The Arctic Covetous Demon. Behaviorally, it's no different from the original Covetous Demon, but you still don't want to fight with it while there's an NPC around. Statistically, of course, it's an upgrade. It has lots more HP. Has lots of HP by any measure you can see. Whoops, didn't actually want to do my equipment degrading move there, but oh well, that's alright. So yeah, you can see if you're used to fighting the regular Covetous Demon, this is just a stronger version of it, but again, having to deal with it while you're also trying to contend with Maldron is not the most gorgeous situation. Lots of loot down here, though. Ivory Warrior Ring. I don't remember what that is at all. Attacks greatly reduce enemy stamina. Ring of the Guardians of Aleum Lois. Attacks greatly decrease enemy stamina. Aleum Lois existed to subdue the raging flame, but when the ivory gates were flung open, the land grew cold and lifeless. Can attack people's stamina. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever really played around with that. I think at some point as you proceed along this way, you might aggravate some hedgehogs into fighting. Can't remember where they are, maybe up that path. But we'll just be at the ready. Yeah, some tradables. Yeah, most of it's not super exciting loot, but it's still loot. Right, let me check my notes. Okay, looks like we're gonna have some hedgehogs in the cave up ahead. Well, I'll be ready for them. Okay, at fork, straight ahead opens a shortcut, right is progress. Thank you, past me. This doesn't appear to be the fork. There is no actual illusory wall there. Are there more hedgehogs? My notes do not include such information, although they probably should. Okay, what was that? Straight ahead shortcut, right progress? Okay, so we want to open the shortcut first. Oh, Sneaky Pete. Ah! Yeah, if you let those guys get in close where they can repeatedly run into you, the damage can build up very quickly. Not unlike our old friends the Bone Wheels. Which way did I come from? Okay, try left and then right. Oh, thank you, message. That's actually really helpful. Oh, golems. Another new enemy type. Well, these are different from the other golems that have the icy body parts that they use on you. These are big old golems. Check my notes again. Through the golem field, up the elevator tower. Okay. So the thing you want to know about these golems is that killing them, some of them are active, some of them are not. If you kill an enemy near one that is not active, it will absorb the enemy's soul and go active. So you want to avoid killing enemies near the inactive ones if you can help it. Also, I see a hedgehog. Well, it looks like I activated it and a friend, so caution is once again warranted. Smashy, smashy. And here comes his buddy. Smashy, oh! Nope. Misjudged my distance there. We may run a little long this episode, but if we do, we do. No big. So that golem with the glowy eye there, that one's active for sure. The other ones with no glowy eyes are not. Also hedgehog again. Don't believe I hit it. That'll do. Perfect. And looks like it was far enough away from the inactive golem there that it didn't absorb the soul, so better yet. Alright, cool. Preempting hedgehog melee. That is always a desirable thing when possible. We do have an activated golem up ahead, so I will want to be ready to take that on. Lure him away from his friends so he doesn't activate any of them when it dies. They're your big, slow, smashy kind of enemies. Lots of HP. And they like to do a very... Oh! I done got grabbed. When they grab you, they absorb some of your health and some of your souls, which kinda sucks. So these are just soul-sucking kind of guys. I can get this guy to do something so that I can grab a drink. There we go. As I was saying, they like to do a combo where they do one slow smash and then they do another really delayed smash. Like that. That can really catch you off guard if you're not expecting it. But that's how you want things to end. And let's take a little loot for our troubles. Charcoal pine resin. I wonder if fire is good against these guys. I honestly don't know if it is or not. And we've got another functional golem up there. And a hedgehog down here. And I think it just saw me. So we want to make sure it gets away from the golem there and kill it out in the open, so it doesn't turn it on with its soul. As the internet has taught me, there are people out there who do get turned on by hedgehogs. We're building up quite an impressive stash of souls here. Equations of rolling. Well, yeah, there were hedgehogs here, but they're not now. So it's okay. But there are golems. Oh, I don't really like what the camera's doing here. Don't want to get stomped on either. But I will. I'll get stomped on. And I am very snowy. Makes me glad I wore the quilted jacket. Is there anything up here? I don't think there is. Nope, as a matter of fact, I can't even go up there. Alright, fair enough. Good job, message. Well, let's see. I go up the elevator tower, and then up the snow hill, and then there's a Knigget. So we're almost there. Thank you, but I'm not a skeleton. Nothing in my notes about what kind of enemies are up here, and I don't recall off the top of my head, so we will once again proceed with great care. Oh, well, there's my answer. Golems. But I believe if we go up the snow hill, we'll have a way of indirectly dealing with those two. So let's go that route. Of course, we still do have a golem to deal with, but one at a time. They're no tremendous threat. Oh yeah, there's 3 down there. Couldn't see one behind the other. Oh, hedgehogs. Don't know if I can hit them from here, but I intend to try. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Ha! Gotta kill faster, 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 faster. Okay, so far so good. Nope, more golems. And they're coming in pairs. Now, if I can get the backstab off, that won't be a problem. But I can't. Oh no, I don't want to die now. No, 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 no. Oh no. Okay, folks. Once again, I'm going to have some ground to recover. First, we'll make another pit stop. It does indeed look like this episode's gonna run a little long today, but hey, Liam Lois is big. Recruiting the knights can be a very time-consuming thing.
I knew. I'll be around.
Okay, that's not actually enough to level up, so excuse me. We'll leave our ring on, and we'll get right back down to business. Definitely gonna have some ground to recover, so I will see you when I get back to where I left off. Yet again. Okay, back up on the snowy hill. Hedgehogs are down. Let's see if we can make a better showing of this. Maybe if I'm careful this time I can bring out these duders one by one. If I shoot the far one, will the near one aggro? It is a mystery. Mystery solved. That's quite effective, it turns out. Ah, revenge is sweet. Now it's your turn. Oh, it would be a shame to die to a hedgehog at this point, so we're not going to let that happen. Go on, do your attack. That is a gorgeous view. There's a lot of it that we never get to check out, but Leam Lois has a real feel of being a real settlement. It's huge, it's got lots of buildings that we never actually encounter, it's a proper town. Oh, lance guy. These guys can be a little bit rough, so... What with their grab and their distance attack. But they will get backstabbed just like anyone else. Oh, and apparently they're called rampart golems. What was that, the main armor piece? Let's take a look at that. Armor of the Rampart Golems, granted life by the Ivory King. The golems were charged with the containment of the creatures of chaos within the boundaries of the wall. When the doors of Leam Lois were flung open, the place turned frigid and lifeless, but the golems remained dutifully on guard. Liar ahead, eh? Oh, probably someone saying to jump down. Well, at any rate, I'm not seeing anything like that right this second. Well, we've got two prizes here. The first prize is the one that we actually came for, which is at the very top of the snowy hill structure here. Nothing along the edges, I don't think. No, nothing along the edges. But right up the middle... we have a friend. A knight of Leam Lois seeks the chaos. Yep, we've recruited the first of our 3 missing Lois knights. Yeah, it doesn't look like the comfiest chair ever, but it's still got a little padding on it. Alright then, and our secondary prize is this snowball. Remember when I said we had a way of taking out those 3 golems there without actually having to take them on directly? Yeah, this is going to be fun. And in addition to that little bit of creative murder, you can see that the snow boulder has gone ahead and plugged the gap in the bridge up ahead, so now that broken bridge is, well, still broken, but now crossable, so that's another shortcut for us. For the time being, though, I think we've done about enough for one session. So let's find a nice spot to do our farewell pose. And we shall call it a day. Well, that got a little crazy sometimes, folks, but in the end we made it. We've got one Lois Knight down to go. I'm sorry, we've got one Lois Knight recruited and 2 left to go, and then we'll have the full set of 4. So I thank you for watching as always, and I hope you will rejoin me again very soon when we continue the Elaine Lois recruitment drive. Until then, friends, take care and stay warm. And now a hearty cheer to the Knights of Patreon for your part in fueling my chaos. Thanks to Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Charlie Dunst, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Johnny Millennium, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Craig Patterson, Frank Rizzi, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Darren Chow, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Argyle Jelly, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnite, and everyone else around the round table. As always, thanks also to all commenters, subscribers, and watchers. I greatly appreciate your part in keeping the Twisted Flame alive. Have a good one, folks, and I'll see you next time.